Hello and welcome back to the channel. This week, once again, I'm doing things a little bit differently just to see how you like them. Today's tarot reading will be for July 4th until July 10th, and it is the advice that you need to hear this week. So July 4th, July 10th. For your sun, moon, or rising signs in Aries, should you cross watch. And as always, this is still a general reading. The advice may not resonate for you today. I will urge you to keep in mind that while today, as you're watching, the advice may not resonate, as we approach later in the week, maybe it will. Maybe something will start to, rumble inside of you. Maybe you will have reference to what the advice today speaks to. So just keep an open mind and an open heart as we go through. I'm only going to be pulling 6 cards today. There will be a general energy surrounding card as always, and then 5 cards for the advice. And I will pull some clarifiers, however many I feel is important to really get the message and the advice out to you. If you like this format, please let me know. That way I can bring it back for you. I'm happy to experiment with the channel to make it feel the best it can for you so that you can get the most out of it. This has nothing to do with me. This is entirely for all of you. So don't be afraid to leave me your comments and your feedback on if you like this, if you hate this, if you wish I was doing something else, let me know. I'll see if I can arrange it for you. I'm happy to read whatever we can in the cards. All right, that all being said, if you're not subscribed, get subscribing. Please do that for me. It would really mean the world. Sharing a video helps me as well so much. And let's look at the advice for Pisces, July for Pisces, for Aries. Advice for Aries, July 4th till July 10th, 2021. All of my sweet, fiery angels. What does Aries need to know July 4th until July 10th? Okay, Aries, looking like we're on a bounce back right now as the energy goes. The overall energy for the advice is the 3 of Swords. Now, 3 of Swords is a challenging card for a lot of people because it speaks to us about heartache, about hurt, about disappointment. But the energy for me today with you, Aries, is how do you handle your disappointment? When somebody wrongs you, when you wrong yourself, when you make a mistake, when somebody does something unknowingly harmful towards you, how do you bounce back from those things? How do you respond to those things? What are the emotions that surface for you when you're in a place of feeling that way? Is it anger? Is it hurt? Is it sadness? The energy here is really speaking to me more about how am I holding on to that sense of disappointment? How am I processing it? How do I allow it to move through me and out the other side? Is it something that you let fester inside of you for very long periods of time? Is it something that you try to ignore and suppress? So this is the energy that's coming out for me here. We need to address how we handle disappointment, how we handle hurt, so that we can grow, so that we can become better. The advice cards here for you, Aries: 10 of Wands, the 6 of Wands, King of Cups, Knight of Wands, and the 7 of Wands. So we do have a lot of Wands energy, a lot of fiery energy, which again tells us what? This is very focused on you, Aries. This is very focused on your energy and how you're processing your energy, how you're processing and dealing with disappointment. I see you here, though, really trying to shift the cycle. If you are somebody who tends to hold on to that pain, lash out, let it fester, let it just burn a big hole in your chest, and then, can't fully let go of it, can never just fully let go of it. I see you really trying here, Aries. We see you focusing on maybe the silver lining. What lessons did I learn from this disappointment that I can take with me into the next chapter? What are the positive takeaways? And they may be hard to see. And I see you having a difficult time initially, like finding what the positives are. But even if we can cling on to one positive, we start to advance that forward. And the more that you're practicing this, the more just practicing, what lesson am I learning here today? What did this thing that really pissed me off, or whatever it is, really hurt me, made me upset, what lesson did it possibly teach me as well about myself or about the situation, about another? And through that, I'm finding, more success in being able to cope with my negative emotions. I'm finding it easier to overcome, finding it less challenging to be in hurt state. I find that when I'm in those negative emotions, it's not for quite as long because I'm training my brain to start looking for things that are lesson rooted, that are more positive leaning. I do think as well, Aries, you have somebody very firmly planted in your life who is the balance to how you normally process things. So maybe you are somebody who, you go off the rails when something happens, you get really worked up, you have like a lash quick reaction to something, but there is somebody very close to you, maybe a partner or a close friend, who is very good at being grounded even when they're hurt. They're very good at understanding what emotion is surfacing for them. Maybe for you, they all kind of feel like the same because you're not spending the time to really acknowledge, is it hurt? Is it anger? Is it sadness? This person's very emotionally aware. And so when you're around them, you're aspiring to be also more emotionally aware. It may be a water sign where we have King of Cups coming up, but more so this is somebody who just, seems to be able to handle their emotions better than you do, and you're trying to learn from them. Now, I see this working well for you. I think modeling after this person and just trying to bring awareness to what am I feeling and how am I processing it, you're going to start to build that confidence around, I can handle adversity, I can handle challenges. Maybe right now, Aries, you don't feel like somebody who handles challenges and adversity wrong because you're not very good at dealing with rejection. You're not very good at dealing with failure. Nobody wants to deal with either of those things, but we have to learn how to in life so that we can, advance through them. And by starting to work on this and starting to see that, wow, I do feel better faster when I'm doing this process of becoming really aware of my emotions, of looking at the lessons that these scenarios are teaching me. It's building that confidence. And for you, Aries, is starting to create a better overall energy around you, a better sense of resilience around you. So this is like a real transformational moment here for you, Aries, in how you process things and how you view yourself and how you understand yourself. I'm not even sure how much clarifying needs to be done for me on this one. I will pull some cards, of course, out of fairness. I will pull some cards on the Three of Swords here. Whoop. The World just came flying out. Yeah, I want to end that cycle. Eight of Emotions. Yeah, Ten of Materials. You're seeing the way that you react to things emotionally, Aries, as what's holding you back from having the future that you really want right now. I'm not entirely sure how, but it's something that you're working on wanting to leave behind. Again, if you're somebody who is quick to react, if you're quick to anger, quick to upset, quick to hurt, you're really, really trying to work through that right now, because what you want is to feel like you can have an abundant life, a happy life, that other people will want to be part of. You don't want to feel this way. It's a very emotionally taxing to be upset and to be in our hurt. It affects us physically, it affects us emotionally, it affects us mentally. It has a major toll on our bodies. And if you're somebody who's always sort of in a reactive state, you're not wanting to be anymore. It's too much for you. It's overwhelming your senses and you're wanting to learn how to control it. Let's look at the King of Swords here, the support that you have, because I do think support is incredibly important, and you have somebody here who is helping you kind of navigate all of this stuff. Eight of Inspiration. We've had a lot of eights come up now. Six of Inspiration and the Tower. So we have some repetition here too. It's interesting because the energy I'm getting is like you're going to surprise yourself. I think like you're not really realizing how much this person has been sort of swaying, and I think you're going to have a response to a trigger that you're going to handle in the way this person would, and it's going to be like at the end of that, like, wow, I just handled that the way that you would have. How interesting. And wow, it felt a lot better. It's going to surprise you in a pleasant way that you're finding success, that it's feeling easier, that you're feeling more confident to be able to handle your emotions. You're feeling more emotionally aware as well. Let's look at the Seven of Wands down here. The Emperor, that's your card, the Hermit, and the Nine of Emotions. Yeah, for me, Aries, this is really talking about, getting in touch with yourself, being able to understand yourself better. I think you know yourself, like you feel like you do, but you don't spend a lot of time really going deep with yourself. It's a lot of surface things that are like, I know this to be true about myself, but we're not taking that time to really reflect on it and say, is that actually something that's still in alignment for me? Is that actually still something that's part of my values? Is this making me happy? But I see you here becoming more empowered, like I said, Aries, being a little bit more self-reliant, that you can get what you want and that you can process things in a way that feels so much better. I think that the proving it is going to become what transforms you. It's all well and good for you to say, okay, this bad thing happened and now I'm looking for the silver lining. What was it? As like the exercise and kind of having an eye rolling reflex to it. But just practicing doing that and then seeing that by doing it, wow, that emotion passed more quickly. Wow, I was able to get over that. Wow, I was able to view this from a different perspective. And that all starts to happen faster. And it's like you're going to continue to surprise yourself in how much more resilient you are than you even thought you were. And it's less about reacting and more about understanding why we want to react in the ways we do. So I really hope this is helpful advice to you, Aries. I think you are on a very positive path, quite truly. You're becoming more self-reliant. You are, learning from those around you who have a skill set that you don't feel that you have, and that's a major part of growth. And this want to stop living in that sort of mindset and that sort of mentality is what's going to help you move forward. I think you are well on your way. I hope this helped. If you liked this format, once again, please let me know and I will bring this back, little advice set up. Otherwise, any other comments, questions, queries, concerns, I love to hear them. Give me that thumbs up, leave me them down below, and I'll see you next week.